Today we're going to do a test of the assassination attempt of Donald Trump. I want to show you guys why, in our opinion, we think he missed.
Look what happened.
He was only shooting from about 150 yards away, which is really not a far shot at all with an AR-15. The shooter was using an AR-15 similar to this one. Son, if you can zoom in a little bit on this AR-15. Very low budget AR-15. This is one of the first ones I bought about 15 years ago. Son, if you can also zoom in here. On top we got an optic. This optic is about a $50 optic off Amazon, but it allows you the ability to zoom in. So son, if you can get right there, and we'll show you guys what this looks like. This is called magnification. I realize a lot of you watching this video may be unfamiliar, but this is not the kind of optic that the shooter was using. Was using an optic like this. Son, if you can zoom in on that. This is also an optic. Same company made this optic. It was about $50 on Amazon, but this is what they call a red dot. This is a red dot, and it does not have any magnification. In our opinion, this is why the shooter missed. And we'll do a full demonstration. We'll go back to 150 yards, show you the difference between this optic, which is a red dot, and this optic, which has magnification. Both of these, again, are about $50. Have no idea why the shooter decided to use a red dot like this that has no magnification, as opposed to an optic like this one that has magnification. So I'll go back to 150 yards, show you what it looks like with magnification, without magnification, and show you the difference in the shots. Also, the shooter did not use a bipod. This bipod was also about $20 on Amazon. Really cheap bipod that helps you with stabilization with your shot. We'll show you the difference between what that looks like as well. So we're gonna go back and do some shooting. With only a few hours of training, both my wife and my daughter, first time being behind a rifle, were able to hit from 100 yards 10 out of 10 times using a scope with magnification, which is another reason why I think the main reason the shooter missed was not using a scope with magnification. Here's my daughter taking one of her shots at 100 yards. Like I said, neither my wife or my daughter missed at this range. Second reason I think the shooter missed was not shooting off a solid platform like a bipod. And here's your sight picture from 150 yards with 2.5 times magnification. Remember, the red dot that the shooter was using had no magnification, and we'll show you what that looks like here in a second. And here's that sight picture zoomed in 10 times with this CV Life scope that we got off Amazon. You can see how much clearer the picture is, zoomed in as far as this optic will go. Again, this optic was relatively inexpensive, about the same as a red dot. I'm not sure why someone would take a shot at 150 or 200 yards not using some form of magnification. Just keep that in mind when we look at the red dot and the stark difference between the two. All right, first up, my son will be taking 3 shots at the water jugs, and this is at 150 yards. And as you can see, he's magnified there because we still have the first scope on. All right, son, on you. So we came down and looked at the aftermath. With the 223 round, it punches such small holes. You can see the hole right there in that one. You can see that one's busted open right there. And then you can see the hole right there in that one. But you don't get the big splash with these water jugs as you would with some of the larger calibers. But now we'll set up our mannequin here and we'll take a shot at it and show you what that would look like. All right, we got the GoPro set back up. My son's gonna take another shot at that mannequin head, and whenever you're ready, son. Hit. Let's go check it out. A lot of people were wondering how the 223 shot from the shooter didn't do more damage to Trump. As you can see here, this was the first shot. It kind of skimmed the top of the hat. It didn't do much damage. And then the second shot right there, and it's still a little pinhole. Now we've taken this scope off, this optic off, and this was a 2:10 magnification from CV Life. Shout out to CV Life. They actually make some really good products. Get it right there on Amazon for about 50 bucks. And we put the red dot on, and the shooter was using a red dot just like this with no magnification. So we'll show you guys what this looks like, and then we'll take a few shots at the water jug and a mannequin to see the difference. And here's a view of your sight picture through the red dot without magnification. As you can see here, it's a total different view than using a scope or an optic with magnification. From all of the reports I've heard, the shooter was not very good. Again, I'm not sure why you go into a mission like this with something less than optimal that you were using. You can see the clear difference between this optic and the optic with magnification. Before we get to my son shooting a red dot, here's a clip of him shooting at 500 yards. I understand from all the reports that I've read and heard that the shooter was below average. Taking and making shots from 150 yards with a red dot is not impossible, but you're definitely not stacking the cards in your favor. Got the AR-15 outfitted with the red dot. We got it all sighted in, and we're gonna take some shots, take 4 or 5 shots, and then go down and see how we do. All right, son, how you liking that no magnification from that red dot?
It's not easy at all.
Not easy.
You see all the way down there.
Yeah. So you can imagine with your heart beating really fast, adrenaline pumping, it wouldn't be an easy shot by any stretch. All right, let's go see how it did. We did get a hit, so we do got a hit there. It looks like we grazed that one there. We got another hit on that one as well. So now we'll set up the mannequin head and take a shot and see if he can hit it with the red dot. We're back with the red dot. We're gonna take some shots at the mannequin and see how many tries it takes my son to hit that mannequin. All right, whenever you're ready, son. I think you hit him on the first shot. Hey, so I guess you're a lot better shooter than
Best shooter in Texas, baby.
Best shooter in Texas, all right. Well, my son caught it right there with the first shot. You can see how small that hole is. And you can see even on the backside, it's just not a lot because that .223 round is just a very, very small round. My son was able to hit it on his first try, but you can see just how small the target is looking through the scope when it's magnified and when it's not magnified with the red dot. Although my son was able to hit the target on the first try with the red dot, I don't want that to take away from the difficulty of that shot at 150 yards with no magnification. He's an avid shooter and hunter, and as you can see here, he's been hunting since he was about 8 or 9 years old. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Here's one last reminder of the sight picture at 150 yards with no magnification. The shooter was clearly inexperienced. He was rushed. He was obviously nervous, and he wasn't shooting from a stable platform. All of those factors combined are why the shooter missed. I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Junior, out.